Israel says it's in the early stages of its planned takeover of Gaza City, just hours after Israel's Defence Minister approved the military's plans for the serious escalation in the war. Middle East correspondent Matthew Doran is in Jerusalem.
This plan was first floated by the Prime Minister last week, Benjamin Netanyahu insisting that the total takeover of Gaza City was the only way to bring about an end to the war and to defeat Hamas. The Israeli military is now putting that plan into action, announcing it's taking control of the outskirts of Gaza City, encircling that major population hub. This is a plan which has received widespread international criticism, seen as an incredibly dangerous move, further fueling the humanitarian crisis in Gaza, given hundreds of thousands of Palestinians will be displaced as a result, forced to flee into an ever-shrinking parcel of land within Gaza's borders, which is deemed something of a humanitarian zone, although many Gazans will say there is no safe place within Gaza as it stands. The Prime Minister's office is saying Benjamin Netanyahu personally ordered the time frame for this mission to be shortened, the whole process to be sped up, although we do not know how quickly the IDF had been planning to launch this campaign. Regardless, the IDF's spokesman, Brigadier General Effie Defrin, has issued this warning to Hamas.
We will deepen the damage to Hamas in Gaza City, a stronghold of governmental and military terror of the terrorist organisation. We will deepen the damage to the terror infrastructure above and below the ground and sever the population's dependence on Hamas. We are not waiting.
The IDF says it controls more than 75% of Gaza, but when you take into account evacuation warnings, or displacement orders as they're often referred to, it's more than 80% of the strip where Palestinians are being told to flee or risk being caught in Israeli strikes. To get to the point where the IDF can totally control Gaza City, it needs to bolster its ranks, and 50,000 to 60,000 reservists are being called up to do so. Hitting that mark could be quite difficult for the military, considering more and more reservists are refusing to serve, fearing that this war has dragged on for far too long and has strayed from its objectives, namely the return of the remaining 50 Israeli hostages, 20 of whom are still believed to be alive. The military itself had expressed concern about this plan, saying it could jeopardise the lives of those captives, but it has yielded to the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's demands. And in doing so, it will be the Palestinian population which again bears the brunt of this military action. Palestinian health authorities saying more than 62,000 people have died as a result of this war over the last 22 months. Ceasefire and hostage negotiations are still underway, but they are yet to yield many results. Key sticking points among those still to be sorted out by the two parties are exactly how many of those 50 hostages would be freed by Hamas and by the Palestinian Islamic Jihad group during any truce, if it's ever agreed to.